butcher tallow from our beef from last year's butcher. So we just had some left over. It's been in the freezer for about a year, and we were cleaning out the freezer, getting ready to butcher another cow in a couple weeks, and I've just got to get this out of there. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I do it. We use this for mostly candle making. You can make it for soap, or you can also use it in cooking, although we don't for biblical reasons. We get this off of the kidney. This is called leaf fat. It's the best kind of fat to render for tallow. It's pretty clean cut, and it's just a lot easier to work with, so that's pretty much all we use. So we make candles. They burn for a long time, and we have not made soap with it yet, but we plan on trying that in the future. So let me get this going, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Thanks. Got it all in the food processor, and we're gonna see if this will work. I might not have it too full. Okay, so this is the consistency you want it. Looks kind of like feta cheese almost, or kind of ground beef. And so you're gonna want to, this is the stuff you're melting down. And the reason it's better to do it this way, it melts faster, more evenly, and because you don't want to burn it. If you leave it in there for too long, it will stink really bad, and you don't want that. So put it in there and cook it down. Some people add water. I don't. I heard you can do it either way. I'd rather not add water to prevent any kind of going rancid. I would think that water would make it go rancid faster. So I'm gonna cut up the rest of this. I've got quite a bit left, so I'll show you once I start melting it down what it looks like. Thanks. Okay, so that's what I ended up with. It's about 3/4 of the way full, I guess. So it'll cook down quite a bit. It'll take a couple hours. You have to really watch it, make sure it doesn't start stinking like burnt smell. I'll show you what it looks like when it starts melting. Okay, it's been melting down for about 30 minutes, and it looks like all the solids are now turned into liquid. And what's happening is all the impurities are starting to rise to the top. So whatever I missed, if there's any chunks of meat or anything like that, I'm looking for those impurities to start kind of getting crispy at the top. And they're not at that state yet. So it is a little bit after 4. We're going to see how long we go. I've got to really watch it so it doesn't burn. I think last time we did this I went about 2 hours and it seemed a little bit too long, so we'll watch it a little closer this time because it does not make your house smell very nice. If it burns, it doesn't smell nice anyway, but if it burns, look out. So I'll come back when it's a little bit closer. Thanks. Okay, we're back. It's been about an hour on the stovetop. If you use a crock pot, it would take a lot longer, obviously, but this looks about good. It's starting to smell just a little bit on the burnt side, so we took it off. We're gonna go ahead and pour it into these tin cans, and Luke's gonna go ahead and make some candles with them. So it really boiled down quite a bit. It used to be a lot more full than this, so I think we'll get about 6 candles, maybe 7. So I'm just gonna pour it through the strainer I use for our soap products. You wouldn't probably want to do this with a good strainer that you use for food. Let me see where that puts us. Right at the top. I'm gonna do that with all of them, and I'll show you how Luke does the wicks. And these are really, obviously, cheap way to make a candle. Alright, well, we'll be back in a minute once we get this one done, and Luke will show you how to make a candle.
Okay, so to start off with, we're going to scent the candle. This is French vanilla. And since this is fat, it has a different smell to it than regular wax. So I'm going to use a little bit more than I would with a regular candle. And then I forgot to bring in my spoon, so I'll just stir it with this wick. And then I made my own homemade wick holders out of paint sticks. And you just center it as much as you can. And then we're just going to let them harden.
Sweet, thank you, Luke. Okay, so I just want to show you, this is one of the favorite products that we make here on the homestead. It's baby bum balm made with tallow, and that's pretty much all it is, tallow and coconut oil, and zinc oxide, lavender, tea tree, and frankincense. Actually, this might have been one of the other ones. I actually started adding coconut oil to it just to make it a little bit more fluffier, if that's a word. I can't open it. I was going to show you that. It's really, really nice stuff. So, nice and sticks to the baby's bum, and it's really good stuff. It works. Just check it out if you have a little one, or if you've got somebody having a baby soon. we're about to have our 5th baby in March, and we will be using this quite a bit, I'm sure. So thanks, shalom, bye. Also, before we go, I wanted to show you another way to store the tallow. Instead of making candles, you could also just put it in this aluminum disposable pan, and once it's completely solid, you can just cut it into chunks and store it in the freezer if you're going to use it for cooking, or you can just leave it like this and just take chunks off as you need it for candles or soap or however. That way you're not using one of your good glass pans or glass jars or anything. And I wanted to show you this candle. We've been letting that burn for the last 2.5 days. There's probably another day's worth in there. It's about 11 ounces of tallow, so that's going to last for about 3.5 days. We've not blown it out, so it's a pretty cheap source of energy right there and heat. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys are able to make your own tallow. This stuff's amazing. Shalom.